one place if you're looking to lose weight. I have struggled with weight my whole life. It's been up, it's been down. And I talk to Dr. Jake May once a week. I've lost 30 pounds in the last few months. It's been a struggle. I've been a little up and down the last couple of weeks. Every Wednesday morning I talk to Jake. We powwow about what's going on for me. Yeah, I got to do the work. But if it wasn't for Jake, I wouldn't have lost any weight here this last time around. I have never struggled more to lose weight than I have. As you get older, it gets harder. There's a lot of you out there. You're obese. You're struggling. You're worried you're going to die. I mean, this is scary stuff. It's really scary stuff. And Dr. Jake May and the MenuRx team are great. They'll work with you personally. This is not like some chain weight loss place where they have one plan for everybody. There's a specific plan made for you. So if you find it hard to stick with meal plans that feel rigid or out of touch with your lifestyle, you can also get lifelong access to tools in the Menu-RX client portal and a dedicated MenuRx dietitian to support your success and long-term sustainability. So whether you're chasing peak performance, building your dream body, or seeking optimal longevity, MenuRx will help you reach your goals. Please, get some help now. Menu-RX.com. Get your consolation today with MenuRx.
All right, let's talk a little Guardians Bowl. Not a great performance from Gavin Williams. You were at his start before this, his most recent start before yesterday, and he was awesome against the Yankees. And last night, first pitch, gets hit out of the ballpark, and he struggled to get out of the second inning.
Yeah, he got a little unlucky because outside of that home run, there were a lot of singles. And by the way, oddly enough, that home run would have only been a home run in, I think, 7 ballparks. Here's the thing with Gavin Williams. It's so frustrating because it seems like every time he pitches great, he follows it up with a terrible start.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Zach and I were just talking about this on the Guardian show yesterday, guys. Last year, he pitched this great game. I think it was against the Royals. I'm trying to remember now.
It was Kansas City.
Right. I think he threw like 8 shutout innings or something. And then I think the following start, he couldn't get out of the first inning. And he wanted to stay in, but he gave up 1 million base runners. He'd thrown a lot of pitches in 2 innings. Listen, he's a young pitcher. Sometimes we expect too much too soon. But the Guardians put us in that position by not having enough veterans on the team. And so we're expecting more early in his career from Gavin Williams than maybe we should. But he's very talented, and so it's frustrating, especially when their entire starting rotation has been terrible.
Is it safe to say? Now, I'm not saying it's safe to say. But just like Rocked, you're like, listen, Rocked, that ship may have sailed on you. Has the ship sailed on Gavin?
Not for me, no.
No, on Gavin being
the ace?
A electric top 1, 2 guy in the rotation.
No, because pitchers really take a while sometimes. There's a young pitcher. If you're not a diehard, maybe you know it, Tyvis, because now you're Mr. Columbus Radio. There's a young pitcher on the Cincinnati Reds by the name of Hunter Green.
Oh, I do know who that is. They love him.
Okay. Hunter Green came up with a lot of hype, right? And when he first came up to the big leagues, he struggled. Took him a little while. Go look at what Hunter Green's done since, I want to say, about August of last year. This guy's maybe been the best pitcher in baseball since nobody knows who he is unless you follow the Reds.
Since last year,
since August of last year, so maybe July of last year. So the last 4 months, he's been one of, if not the best pitcher in baseball. Take some time.
You know the Adam the Bull rule.
You don't like Nick Leonardo?
No, the Adam the Bull rule is you got to do it not 1, but 2 years.
Yes, absolutely. And this kid, now everybody's thinking, I love what I'm seeing. Every time he pitches, he's must-watch TV for me, if you're a diehard baseball fan. I think Gavin Williams is that level of talent. Maybe not quite as talented, but I think he's close. I think he could be.
How does he give up all these hits, though?
It's crazy sometimes.
And they be stringing them together.
You never know what's going on inside a guy's head. It seems to me that he sometimes
he better get it out his head.
But he needs to have more consistency. And right now, listen, it's funny because their record's decent.
Yeah.
They'd be a playoff team if the season ended today.
They always do it.
Yet, there's a lot of things I don't like what I'm seeing.
Who's the most consistent starter we have?
Nobody.
I know. That's what I was saying.
It used to be Bybee.
I'll still say Bybee, but he hasn't been very good. They all have ERAs over 4.5, I believe.
And they're still right up there with some of the best records in baseball. It actually doesn't make sense.
Well, in the American League, because the American League is so balanced. But, Rockio's been a disaster. Jose's not playing particularly well. You got Kwan's been great. Manzardo's been very good. Angel Martinez has been really good. Gabriel Arias has been good.
Christmas is not coming in July.
Bo Naylor's been. I'm going to shock you. This is the most shocking thing I've ever said. I would be playing Austin Hedges more right now.
Anthony literally just.
Did I just shock you with that?
No, because he's been that bad.
Because Bo Naylor can't hit, I might as well play Hedges. He's the better leader.
He's
the better defensive.
He a power hitter.
Bo, I'm not gonna lie, I had that on my list of topics this week.
My boy Hedges.
This series to snap back.
That's how bad the Guardians. If Bo Naylor doesn't turn it around, they got to get a new catcher next year. But he's got this season to figure it out because he's terrible. And here's the problem with the Guardians is they have so many hitters. We just talked about the starting pitching. That's a problem that I have some optimism could turn around by the end of the year. There's talent there. But in the lineup, there's too many holes. Carlos Santana, I give him a little longer. He might be done. He's 40 years old. He's been absolutely horrendous. If he doesn't turn it around by the time David Fry comes back, he's done. Rocchio has been awful. He has no baseball instincts. He's a terrible base runner.
What about Gavin?
A 524 OPS.
Terrible. He ain't got no home runs on the year.
You know how bad a 524 OPS is? God. That's like shooting.
He's supposed to be 1,000.
That's like shooting 18% from the 3-point line, Mike. I'll put that in perspective.
It's bad. Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
Give us everybody.
Arias.
No, I'm talking about the guys. So you're getting 0 out of shortstop.
Jose is making errors.
You're getting 0 out of first base. I think Jose will be fine, but I don't really like the way he's playing right now. I think he's hurt, and he's playing through injury again. You're getting 0 out of catcher, and you're getting very little out of right field. Nolan Jones, I think, will come around.
Lane Thomas.
He's been a little hot. Lane Thomas was awful, and now he's hurt.
Bum.
John Kenzie's looking like Oscar Gonzalez Part 2.
Yeah, he looked like he's just.
He can't do anything out there.
Listen, he's up there swinging and missing.
Yeah.
Every day.
And that's what happens when you have these platoons.
He got to get a hold of just one. Once he get one, it's a wrap.
And you look at your best prospects. 2 of their best prospects are hitters that are at. Bazana's been struggling at AAA or AA, so you're not going to call him up right now.
What does Juan Brito do?
Brito's hurt.
He's hurt?
Is DeLauder hurt again?
DeLauder's not again. He's still out from when he got hurt at the beginning of the year.
It scared me. I thought it was
so there's no, who are you calling up? There's nobody from the minors to call up right now.
CJ Kafkas.
I guess so. I got to learn how to pronounce his name since he hasn't been in the majors yet. We learned how to pronounce his name correctly.
You see Sticks is going to the minors?
He is. Yeah, he cleared waivers last night. Nobody picked him. I thought somebody would pick him up, but nobody claimed him. So he's off the 40-man roster, but he goes to the minors.
So he'll be in Columbus?
I assume.
Yeah,
I'm going to a Clippers game.
This is the problem with the Guardians.
Maybe you could teach him how to gain weight.
They are. That's funny.
That wasn't really making fun of you, but then I realized it kind of came off that way.
The problem with the Guardians is like.
Yeah, I thought you called Tyvus fat there.
No. Like it was
I'm definitely not calling Tyvus fat. But,
man.
The division that they're in is always going to keep. It gives you false results.
I will say this though,
G. Lost to the Twins, man.
I was not as high on the Tigers.
I told you.
Coming into the season.
I told you.
Not you.
I thought they'd be good, competitive.
I said, you was like, I don't fear their line. That would go through their line. You can't even name nobody.
I still don't love their lineup, but two things have happened. Their pitching, which I thought would be good, has been even better than I thought.
Yeah.
Their bullpen, see where I thought they were, I didn't like their bullpen, and I was wrong. Their bullpen's been, I didn't think they could keep up what they were doing in their bullpen the end of last year. They've totally done it.
Man.
They've been even better. And Spencer Torkelson, who was once the first overall pick in the draft,
he's having a great season.
Looked like he was completely a bust last year. Has bounced back, and he's been their best hitter.
Well, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the standings here.
Yeah.
The Guardians are 2.5 back from Detroit.
I think they got the 4th best record in the American League, don't they?
They do. But they have a minus 28 run differential,
that's
despite being
telling.
15-13.
That means you're never going to win.
How much should we look at? Because Detroit's plus 39.
Right. That's a big listen, ultimately, all that matters is your win-loss record, but it is generally a good indicator for what your record should be. The Guardians have been somewhat lucky to be over 500.
Facts.
And they haven't played particularly well against the better teams on their schedule. Now, The Minnesota's not particularly good. They lost the first game of that series. Toronto's so-so. Washington's not great. Philly hasn't been great, but they're a good team with a good lineup. So we'll see. But the Guardians haven't played a particularly tough schedule so far this year, and yet they're not playing great. And I'm really concerned about those holes in the lineup. I just don't see any way to replace them right now, and that's a problem.
It's like the Guardians is like a good mom and pop restaurant, but they only got good service. When Sharon working, he'd be like, "Hey man, don't go with them. They got some younger college kids in there after 7. We're sharing that. I go on Saturday night. She hooked me up. We'll be good."
We lost to the Twins like that last night.
Yeah, they got smoked.
It's unbelievable. It was 11-1.
The good news is, as always, it's a long season.
And they in the AL Central.
They're in the AL Central.
The Twins stink this year.
By the time we get, I bet you I think they have a good chance to still make the playoffs. And if it's a big if they can get Bybee and Williams right and have Bieber back,
who's pitching
they could be dangerous in the playoffs. What?
Who's pitching today?
I don't remember the pitching matchup tonight. What do we got, Mike?
Dangerous.
Pitching matchup tonight, and we got that graphic.
Ben Lively, isn't it?
No, I don't think so.
It is Tanner Bybee.
Oh, Bybee tonight,
Paddock.
They better win. Well,
man, look at those strikeout to walk ratios for both those guys. Terrible. I mean,
whips.
Bybee 20 Ks and 14 walks. That's horrible.
He ain't been striking people out like he
Bybee hasn't been that good this year.
No, he's been terrible.
Yeah, not good.
so
And he's still the pitcher on the team I trust the most. He's got a 5.19 ERA.
What do you think, real quick? And we got super chats in a sec, so we got 2 minutes for this. But what's happened? Like, why is he taking a bit of a step back?
You know what?
Anything in particular?
I'm going to watch him more carefully. I'm going to
Bieber coming
study
back.
him tonight and see if I notice anything. Because nothing has really stood out to me.
Velocity's same. The pitches look to me, at least, they're
I don't know,
moving
man.
similar.
Baseball's so weird. Sometimes you lose your confidence.
There's no
or something's bothering you a little bit. It throws you off just a little bit.
Or the guys at the plate are just hitting you.
Or you're tipping pitches, or you're just getting bad luck sometimes.
Maybe